Hello everyone, my name is Caleb, and welcome to our 16th episode of Oxygen Not Included. So, the plan for today is we want to make sure our oil refinery to work properly, as well as I noticed that we are running out of oxygen slowly. My little setup over here is not strong enough, and since I'm upgrading the base and start to dig further, the oxygen concentration in the base starts to get pretty low, to the point where the crops are not really working. So I want to make sure that everything gets cleared out as well as we increase the oxygen pressure. So in order to do that, I'm in process of creating a big oxygen generator. So it's gonna be 4 electrolyzer, as we noticed before. It does output 888 grams per second of oxygen, as well as a little bit of hydrogen. So with 4 of them, the idea is that one pump here will be in charge of pumping out the hydrogen. The hydrogen, since it's lighter than the oxygen, will make its way to the top of the room and will eventually pool over here. So this pump will pump it out for us to use somewhere else. All the oxygen will pool at the bottom, and then we're gonna have those 8 pumps uh, suck it all out and force it through the base. So I'm gonna use a system similar to this to distribute the oxygens a little bit everywhere. Hopefully, it's just gonna be a lot bigger. It's still a work in progress. I'm kind of hoping that everything will be done by the end of this video. And yeah, so we'll speed it up, let our dupes do their things. So I got a series of automation here with the Atmo sensor, so that the pumps only starts pumping when there's actual oxygen in the bottom. So I'm probably gonna set this one up for like 800 grams, just to make sure they don't pump for nothing. It'll save on power. And same for this one, I'll set it up at like 500 or 600, just so that every time that the gas pump's actually gonna pump, it actually gonna outputs ideally 500 grams per pump. So we will see how that one goes. I'm gonna kind of close off a little bit to make sure that all the hydrogen easily makes it over here, and soon we'll be able to give that a shot. So I made all the automation out of lead because I got tons and tons of it. Right here, 114 tons. It doesn't do well in hot environment, but I'm hoping that this will be just fine. Since that requires a lot of power, what I had to do is, once again, in the process of building all of that, it's all the bottom to my, all through my bottom of my base. I got a big cable of heavy watt there again, made out of lead, just because it's cheap and I got tons of it. I'm gonna deconstruct this one here. And then it comes and it's going to be fed from all my generators. The idea is that this one here will output petroleum. And as soon as I got petroleum, I'll be able to have petroleum generator, which, well, will help with generating more power. So it looks like this one here kinds of work already. Let's go into liquid and see what happens. So I got all those here pumping all the liquids. I got this one here. I kind of messed up. My plan was to have a reservoir of petroleum here, but it took me too long, so this whole reservoir got to fill with oil to the point where my refinery was overfilled and was flooded, so I couldn't use it. So I opened up the door in order to just dump everything in the bottom. I'm hoping that this pump will clear everything, force all the oil into the refinery. The refinery will make petroleum, and eventually everything will be back to I wouldn't say normal, but where this reservoir is going to be petroleum only, and this one here is going to be crude oil only. So we'll see if that'll work out. So it looks like my petroleum world generator already works, as it slowly drops out the oil, and my little filter here, just because I know I'm gonna put some petroleum over here, it's gonna be filtered out through the same principle as before. So now that I got this all primed up, I can deconstruct that line. So I'm going to construct the bridge, so it will prevent the oil from going. Then just realize that there's the extract pipe content here, which works really good. So it used the plumber, and it allows to actually remove the liquid from the pipe without making a mess. I don't know if it's a new feature, but I just realized it was there on my last episode, and it's really nice. It's really neat, a really neat feature to have. So I'm going to close this one up. I'm going to have to do something. There's a bunch of salt water here, so I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of this. Probably just send it back to the filtering medium. So the level kind of dropped down quite a bit, which is nice, mainly because I started to dig down a little bit too, just to clear out some room to be able to build stuff. So here's the petroleum generators. So they'll take 2,000 grams a second, which is quite a bit, and they'll output polluted water, which eventually just gonna be recycled back into water. So overheat temperature, so it's pretty low. This is gonna be fairly warm area, so copper won't do it. Make sure to make them out of gold, even though I don't have much, but I'll be able to put at least 2. So here's the generators. I'm gonna use the heavy watt wire again, just connect everything together. So now that they also feed the main power bus, which the plan is to have all of those linked and using the same idea that I have here. So a transformer at the bottom of the base that's just gonna branch off and feed items that are on top of them. Hopefully it'll work out. We will see shortly. Alright, so they just destroyed this. Perfect. So now I'll be able to... This little pump really is just to help clear out this area. It helped with the... Well, now everything's shut off. Ooh, oh, because this is... Yeah, I removed the power from this pump. And I hope that my dupes would fix that, but they haven't. There. Okay. So this one here is going to be forcing all that liquid down here, which is going to go back and get filtered before making its way back into the big sump at the bottom. Now why is it... I think I know. So I'm gonna do this, because I think everything tried to make its way in here, but there's too many options, so it's probably getting a little confused. Hopefully that's all that it was. And now we can deconstruct the pipes as they do. There. Perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to deconstruct this. Let's go priority 9. I want this one gone as soon as possible, just to confirm that this is what clogs everything. And it is not. So this is salt water, this is crude oil, so right now it should be trying to go up. Crude oil should be trying to go here. Let's try to make the path a little easier for them. Okay. There we go. So the oil makes its way here. And instead of losing half the oil to go in here, I'm going to deconstruct this here. And use a vent like this. So now the oil will be forced to go into the refinery first. Then the refinery will output into the sump at the bottom. But before it actually goes into the sump, I'm gonna use the bridge. So it's gonna force the oil to go this way, or the petroleum I should say. I don't need this anymore. So I'm gonna need oops, wrong level. There they are. Alright, like this. And okay. So let's go, little dupes, make this happen. So need a bridge over here. These pipe connected together. Construct this one here. So I had all those generator aligned with the mesh tile so that the water pools all the way to the bottom of the base. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. The problem is I don't know what's gonna happen with the generators. I don't know where they output their water. So I might have to maybe deconstruct them and realign them with those little mesh tiles. So we'll see. As soon as they start running, we'll get a better idea. Also, I got a few larva eggs. So that's gonna be just gonna be here eating all that carbon dioxide and generating oil. All that oil, once again, is gonna make its way down here. Eventually, I'm gonna try to make an actual farm out of it. But for now, hopefully it's warm enough so that they don't die, and that there's enough carbon dioxide here for them to stay happy for a while. So, looks like this is working fine right now. This guy here is outputting a lot of salt water. Oh yeah. So one thing that I have done, is I realized that the oil well would not pool water. So if I select it here, so the water, it uses 1 kilogram and outputs everything else. It only pools when, I don't know, when there's nothing else for it to do. So if I was just to put a line and try to force everything else back into my my base, because I'll show you that's what I did. So I want this guy here, like that. So all my, oops. And now that I fixed that, I can remove this bridge. Okay. Alright, there we go. So the water comes down from either the water sieve, the desalinator, or straight from fresh water from the system. So it goes in here. As I mentioned, it doesn't pool here for some reason. It just goes straight through and just use a little bit. So the problem was that the water would go through, and since it was not constant flow earlier, because I did not have as much salt water coming in, well, the oil well would run out of water. So what I did as a little hack, I forced the water to loop back into it, and hopefully that would keep it running. It worked for a while, but I decided that I wanted a bigger buffer, just for, I don't know how long my salt water is going to be here, and eventually I'm sure I'm going to run out of water, and don't want all that water to make its way to the base. So right now, as you can see, it forced itself so that these packets are always 10 kilograms of water, and here they're 9, so the oil well actually steal 1 kilograms every time the packet goes by. And so then it outputs, and it makes sure that the packets actually gets topped up to 10 kilograms before the rest makes its way back to the base. So all the way here, mixes with these here that I will soon decommission. Then the water makes its way all the way here. I got my filter medium where they make their way into this sieve and back into our system all the way down here where all the germs get removed before they get dumped into our base or our big water reservoir. So far works fine. I just hope that this will stay like that. Alright, so now to this. So I got my 2-wire cable, power cables. So I'm gonna use conductive wires out of lead, high priority. So this one powers all 4 of them, which is just short of 2000 watts. So shouldn't have any issues there. This one here got lots of room. So it shouldn't be an issue. As long as the 2 down below here are complete. Almost. I will increase the priority. Make that happen, as well as this one. Oh, so they are flooded. That's not good. I'll make sure that they dig this very fast as well. Here. Just to make sure that the water level drops so that these are not flooded anymore. And is this pump running now? Yes. I can deconstruct this portion of it. So this pump just gonna pump everything on this side and force it into the system over here. Things looks like they don't work the way I want them to. What happened? No. So I'll make them ratchet over here. So I got the oil, water, salt water, make its way here. Fortunately, the oil won't make it into here, but I'll salvage most. Well, there shouldn't be too much oil there anyway. Should be mostly fresh water and salt water. Good. And so now it's ratcheting. No, it's not ratcheting. I'm gonna use a bridge instead. Okay. So at least with the bridge, it will pull everything and it will just feed for whenever it can. It might work, it might not. What's this line here? Anyway, so that should fix the issue as soon as got a dupe that clears it. Thank you. No. Damn. Too slow. And same with these highs here. Oh, I don't have enough gold? I should have enough gold. Maybe not. I do have... Oh, it's pretty far. Alright then. I can make it out of iron. So I'll cancel these. I will... petroleum generator out of iron. Okay. So hopefully by the time we come back, that will be done. So it looks like we got power now. No. These are still flooded. Okay, priority 9. And I think this guy here. As soon as this line go, all of this should just fall down. Hopefully. Unfortunately, I only got one dude that can dig hard. How about Frankie? What else is Frankie doing? He's cooking. Can definitely start digging. There we go. Now I got two of them, at least. So it's abyssalite, so it's pretty hard to do. Chunk there, perfect. Okay. Wondering how else I can make all this water move. Can I mop it? Oh, there we go. Just gonna mop the whole thing. This, now speed it up. This looks a lot worse because there's two liquids on top of each other, so. And why does it not have power? Because I never finished the line. It's a good point. So this one's clear, that's good. This guy requires a little bit of work, but by the time they're done mopping everything, it should clear it. And then all that water is probably gonna make its way all the way down to here, where it's gonna be used for something else. Here's our petroleum generators, almost done, with already some petroleum awaiting to get tossed in there. Okay. Looks like the petroleum floats on the oil, so that might be good for us. So we'll be able to pump all that crude oil and get it filtered. That doesn't work the way I want it to work. This doesn't give me any oil. So we'll let this one run for a bit, and there we go. Where's the water coming from? Looks like it's this one here. So they're a little shorter than natural gas generator. So it might be better if I put it here. So that way all the water will pool at the bottom. Won't be stuck with any puddle anywhere. Can make the base a lot nicer. Might be just moving the smart battery and get rid of it. But looks like it's working. It's outputting power. I don't have enough petroleum, but that just the way things are. So I'm going to increase. Yeah, I already got this increased. So this one gives me 3,000 grams a second. This one using 10 grams a second. So one refinery would be good for 3 oil wells if they were to be run constantly. So good thing to keep in mind. Alright, so we got power. So now I need water to here, which that should be fairly easy. I got the water right here. So we're just going to use water from our big reservoir. We'll be able to stop this section here. And then all I need is ventilation. So I'm going to pair them together, because each pump will output 500 kilograms, 500 grams, sorry. And these here, that one's just gonna be right here. Ventilation. Where's my ventilation? So I want to make a hole here. Construct building just so they can work. And you will go where can I put the hydrogen? So for now, just to say that the system works, I'll put the hydrogen in the base. It'll just pool at the top, so it won't be a big problem. So right now, what does it say? So I got lots of water. Do I have power? Yes. But they are have max pressure. Oh yeah, sorry. It's because these pipes don't go anywhere right now. So what I'm gonna do, just for the sake of having the system work, we're almost running out of time. I'm gonna have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. Cancel this one. So hopefully now that will work. Gas pipe, construct this. So I want this one, send a green if we're above 500. I want this one, send green if we are above 800. What does that look like? So clearly right now we gotta get rid of all our okay. Why is this one at max gas pressure? Well, it's not perfect. Might need to, let's go with 600. So that they run more often. We'll reduce the amount of air in the whole system. And I'll put this one at 400. Well, it definitely outputs a lot of oxygen. I wish that it was running constantly. Because this guy still have max pressure issues. So what if I don't, if it's above 0? If I get that one to run all the time, what will it work? Well, nope. So the idea of the door is just to make sure that all the gas gets cooled at bottom, so that reduces the chance of this guy here to actually suck down some oxygen. I think that's what the issue was. Didn't look like it was running enough. So it does cycle as this one hits a vacuum from time to time. Those here kind of output quite a bit. There might be just a slight issue the way that I close the room, but I'm sure this will increase by a lot the amount of oxygen that I'll put in the base. So I'll be able to deconstruct this with that other service. I'll use this area for something new, and I'll try to see if I can fine-tune this guy here just to make sure that it works properly. In the next video, I'll try to make sure that I explain it to you if I found what I did wrong. But this kind of works. I'm happy about it. What can I do? Low threshold. So I'll put this one always off. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Disable buildings. And just to see, I want to make it run for a day, so I can see exactly how much oxygen will be produced. Why is nobody stopping this guy? Thank you. Oh, that's annoying now. Okay, so this one doesn't work. We're about halfway. I'm gonna let it run very quickly for an extra cycle just to see how much oxygen we're getting. We're a little past our 30-minute mark, but I think it's gonna be very nice to see, and it's a good idea to confirm that it works. So I'm going to deconstruct this guy while we wait. So we're gonna have 2 petroleum generators for now. Looks like I don't have that much petroleum generated. Probably gonna need to put more than one dupe to try to do that job so that it runs pretty much all the time. Another option that I have is to find a way to heat up the crude oil to, I think it's 200 and something degrees, and it automatically turns it into petroleum. The idea is I might be looking into using the heat from the magma, or whatever is in here. I would say it's more than likely a volcano of some sort, so I might be able to use the volcano in order to heat up the crude oil. So that's another idea, but one that I cannot do right now. Looks like the temperature in the room is not that hot. I was kind of scared that it would overheat everything. So I put everything made out of steel just so that the overheat temperature would be way high. So hopefully everything will fine. I think that since the pump just outputs everything, all the natural gas, and burns it up. Excuse me. Burns it up in the generator, or when there's too much, dump it into the room. I think the temperature will be just fine. So we got our new cycle, so we're gonna be able to do exactly our number. So if we look at yesterday or the day before, so we generated 709. That's really when we had only one running. So 500, 300. So really, it's not that much in the last few days. And so that's today. So we're about halfway. We already generated way more. So I think it works really good. Power wasted a little bit. Oops, something's overheating. I don't care about that for now. So we'll see. I hope it's nothing important. But 300, we're about halfway through the day. So I think that's fine. These guys here. Oh, do I have? Oops. Damn it. So, won't get a good issue. I messed up. Can I do this? I can do. Hurry up. So once again, I messed up. So I didn't put a high pressure vent. So since I got lots of oxygens over here, this pump turned out that it was not able to output everything. So all my electrolyzer were not working properly. But we're already at 500, even though I messed up a bit. We still got about a quarter of a cycle before the cycle report ends. So in our net gain, we got some oxygen. So I think it's a plus. Just wish that it was working a little better. Maybe if I had a second pump instead. Uh, I'll look into it and try to fix it accordingly. But lots of oxygen right now, so that's what we want. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it teaches you a little bit about the game and give you some ideas of how to build stuff. So I will be making more videos and try to eventually send a rocket into space. So hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next one. You guys have a good one.